Hey everybody, welcome back. Today's my anniversary. How awesome. It's officially 1 year on the road. Living on the road for 1 year. Wow. Can't believe that happened. And I'm still happy. Still living the dream. So we got to celebrate today. So I have a very special beer today. The most unbelievable, the best beer you could ever drink. This is the best of the best. And there's a whole story how I found this. This is, here it is. It's Goose Island Bourbon County Stout. It is an imperial stout. This was brewed, I don't know if you can see it, in 2017. It is 14.1% alcohol, and this is good stuff. So let's open this bad boy up. Oop, wrong end. Oh, and we're gonna do a wine glass with this. Has to be. It's like mud. Oh, Nostrovia. This is good. It's good stuff. Oh my God. Oh, that is so delightful and so good. Okay guys, let me tell you the story about this beer, how I found this. This was pretty cool. So I was down in southern Arizona in the desert where it's hot. And then when it's hot down there, nobody drinks any dark beer. Stout is really hard to find. It's very rare to find it. Couldn't find any. I was going crazy trying to find a good beer to drink. So I was in, I think I was in Parker, Arizona. So we were about ready to leave it and head up for a different spot where I was camping. So I saw this little, said, liquor store deli. Tiny little place. So I figured I'm going to stop there real quick, just by chance, maybe I'll get lucky. So I went in there and I saw there was just nothing but Budweiser and all Coors and all the light beers. So like I was bummed out. So the place was run by a real old couple, very just awesome, really nice people. So she was disappointed. Oh, she's, oh, I'm sorry, we don't have that. And the owner, the husband came out. He goes, wait a minute. He runs back in the back, brings out this bottle. He goes, here. He gave it to me. He goes, if you like it, come on back. I can make a deal with you. And I'm like, oh, you know. And I look at this bottle. It's an imperial stout. It's got 40% alcohol. It's old. And he goes, well, he tells me it's probably no good. It's been in the back of his shop there in the box for about 2 years. So it's probably bad. I go, yeah, well, maybe I'll give it a deal. So as I'm talking to him, he goes, you know, it's probably bad, so he's got a case of it. He's selling it for $10 a bottle at that time. He goes, well, it's probably bad, so I'd like to get rid of it, so I'll give you $4 a bottle. I said, I'm looking at it going, 2017 is 14% alcohol, that's not going to go bad. So I said, yeah, okay, so I bought the case. It was like awesome. So later on I got to a campsite and I looked it up on the internet, and these bottles from 2017 are going from anywhere from $30 to $50 a bottle. I was like, wow, what a deal I made. And let me tell you, this is probably the best beer I've ever had in my life. By the time I finish this today, I'm going to be very happy. So let's go through some of the stuff I did for this year. Let me show you where I've been in the last year. Hope this works. So, started here in New Jersey, drove through Pennsylvania, drove through Ohio, drove through Indiana, Illinois, went through Missouri, drove all the way through Kansas, got into Colorado. Then I got into got through Colorado. Then I got into Flagstaff, Arizona. That's where I had my big expo, Overland Expo. So from there, I think I went down to Phoenix for a while, explored down here, went to Joshua Tree, got into California, where Joshua Tree is, right there. And we drove 395 all the way up California, through the Sierras, got into all kinds of mountains, very cool. Then we got a little bit into, did we get into Oregon? Maybe did we get into Oregon a little bit? Yeah, we got into Oregon a little bit. Then we got into Idaho. Got through the big mountains there, the Sawtooth Mountains. We did fishing there, and then we kind of went back into Montana. We fished that whole up and down mountains here, all on the west side here, all the way up to Missoula and all the way up to Glacier. Went through Glacier. Then we did stuff there. Then we came back and we, what did we do? Came back down on the opposite side. Then I had to really decide where I'm going to do an address. So I know South Dakota. It takes one day. I become a resident. So drove all the way through. I drove through Montana, went through Wyoming, got into South Dakota, became a resident in one day, got my license plate, vehicles registered there, kind of made my way back. Go through Wyoming, got back into Montana, then I got back into Idaho, and I fished the whole panhandle up north, the Corley and the St. Joe River, all that up there. Oh, it's the best fishing ever, and mountains, the most beautiful mountains you ever wanted to see. So after that, I slowly started working my way back down, went through Idaho, got back into Utah, got into Moab, did a lot of exploring, did a lot of trails there, kept on going down. There was so much to see in Utah and things to do there, and just lakes and just most beautiful scenery you ever wanted to see here. And we got back into it's getting cold, so we got into Arizona, kind of to hibernate for the winter. And it still gets cold, even in the low-lying deserts. It still gets cold at night and during the day. So we hang out there for a couple months, and then now it got warm. We're heading back up. We got into Utah again. We went all the way through Utah, and we're back here just in the beginning of Utah and figuring out what we're going to do next. Probably go into Montana and do more fishing. But I did so much exploring while I was going on all these routes, going all these roads. I see an off-road where I have no clue where it goes, but I go down it just to explore it, see what happens. That's why I got four-wheel drive. And a lot of times I find my best campsites that way. Half the time it's not even on the map, but it's like a beautiful campsite right on a water or right on a cliff or on the most beautiful scenic stuff you ever wanted to see. So it was just so much fun, just exploring, doing the unknown, have no clue what's there, what could happen. It's just going and doing it. That makes the adventure, going on there and exploring. And then the other part was this most so cool is there was so many interesting people that we met and talked to. And a lot of places we camped, it was always interesting, unique people, and they were awesome. Just lifestyle of different people. It's just awesome just hearing people and seeing different things and different types of people, and that whole people that just go to work every day, go home and do nothing. This is a whole unique different aspect of what people are and how they are out here, and the freedom they have and what they love and what they do. And most everybody out here is the most kind-hearted, beautiful people you ever wanted to see. Yeah, so one of the things I love being out here is just the people are so nice and kind. They're willing to jump over hoops to help you. You need help, everybody will be there for you. It's such a nice atmosphere with people. And it was nice getting away from the East Coast. Everybody was depressed and aggravated and just downed and just had a negative attitude, and you can't blame them out there. It's just craziness there. So there's so much freedom out here and just so many nice people. This is a blessing out here. So another thing, people always ask me if I'm going to settle down. It's been a year, and I go, no. when I first left my job and you know, still thinking about doing this, I figured, I'm going to do this for a while, look for a place where it'd be nice to settle down. And the longer I'm out here, it's like, no, I don't think I ever want to settle down. The freedom about being on the road is just awesome. And I thought for sure I would get tired of living in this tiny little Jeep. Everybody thinks I'm crazy just living in my tiny little Jeep. I got no space at all in there, but it gives me freedom. I'd rather have this than pull a big trailer or have a big trailer with all the luxuries on it. This here, I can get off road and explore, and just the freedom of doing whatever I want to do and go wherever I want to go, and not be limited by something I gotta pull along, or being a big camper. I don't have no clearance or extremely high. This Jeep here will get me everywhere. And when I'm up in Montana, in these back countries, I can do these little tiny roads that are pretty gnarly and get back into some pretty awesome places. And that's what it's all about for me, and that's what I really enjoy. So here's to freedom and living the dream still. So maybe I should explain why I'm on the road and why I went on the road here. So there was a lot of things. A lot of it was work. A lot of it's because I have ADHD, I got dyslexia, and this calculus, this thing where it's hard for me to comprehend math. There's a lot of things, caused a lot of troubles. But what it did make me is very good at mechanics and very mechanically inclined, which made me very good at what I did. So, but like in the workplace, a lot of places I work, companies like stupid. And if you're good at what you do, it's not a good thing, because you'll always be treated like a piece of garbage. And the guy that does nothing and is useless, he's always treated like God. Every company I've ever worked for. So yeah, I'm getting the sun here. So that was always depressing, and it's no different from the last place I worked. And a lot of stuff with family and a lot of other stuff. My family just trashed me and treated me, it was not a good thing with my family. Just tossed me out pretty much. So one thing I've learned, family's nothing, and a good friend is more important than any family member you could ever have, because they'll always be there for you. So that's some of the reasons I left. And problems with apartments and all kinds of stuff, it all builds up. So at 64, I looked at my financial stuff and everything, and I said, the hell with this, I'm going. And the other thing, let me tell you, I'm feeling pretty good with this beer. It's kicking my ass. But anyway, so one thing I figured out is, when you got a lot of stuff and you live in an apartment or a house, whatever, you got a lot of junk, and you really become a slave to your junk. You don't do anything because you got so much junk. You can't move, you can't do anything because you got so much stuff. What are you going to do with it? And I just said, to hell with everything. I sold everything I owned. I gave away so much. It was nice. I sold a lot of stuff, my big stuff, but it was nice giving a lot of stuff away to people that really deserved it and could use it. So it felt good to give it away to people like that. So I got rid of everything I own. I went through pretty much from a 3-bedroom apartment filled with stuff, TVs, everything you can imagine, big, screen TVs to big monitors for my computer and all my photography stuff. We got rid of everything because I knew I didn't need it, and we downsized everything to the Jeep I'm in now. So it's like, was such a relief to get rid of everything. It felt so good when I got on the road. I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to worry about the apartment. I don't have to worry about cleaning it. I have to doing dishes all the time. All this stuff is just disappeared. 1, 2, 3, and total freedom on the road. It just feels nice. So that's what it is. And it's there's so many people that are looking at my site and want to do it. They're in a rut. They're tired of work. They're getting abused, and they want the freedom. But you have to look at it as, what's good for you? What do you like? I live in a little Jeep. There's not too many people that their lifestyle will like that. And there's a lot of people on the road here that live in full-time, that live in trailers, that they would never do what I'm doing. So it's up to you what's good for you. Some people live in a Prius, and they're happy, in the back of a pickup truck, and they're happy. Some people got to have this big huge bus that's probably $500,000 or even $1 million, and towing a truck that's probably $25,000 so they can get around in. So it's whatever people want, whatever makes you happy. That's what it's all about. It's the adventure. So that's my little rant, why I'm on the road here. But I'm happy I've done this. I have absolutely no regrets that I've done this, and I am so happy that I'm living my dream, and I have such total freedom. Zdrowie. Alright, so now that I've been on the road for a whole year, what are my plans for next year, for the second year coming up? I have no clue. There's the best plan is not to have a plan, but I have kind of thoughts on what I want to do, because I'm definitely going to be fishing Idaho and Montana. I'm going to fish the hell out of that, and then probably I'm thinking about going over to North Dakota and South Dakota and fish there and explore there. It's places where most people don't go. So, but it's so different out there, and it's flat, and it looks pretty interesting. So that's some of my thoughts, and maybe head over to Michigan even and fish the upper peninsula of Michigan, where there is a lot of fishing. You got some big lakes full of northern pike, muskie, smallmouth bass. And some of the best fishing around is there. And steelhead trout, and you name it, it's got it there. So, and there's a lot of wilderness there. So that's a thought. And then way after that, I have absolutely no clue. So that's our plan so far. So if you're new and you're just popping in here and kind of like what you're seeing here and follow me around fishing and hiking and stuff, smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, follow me along. Guaranteed you're gonna have a fun time. So I'm John, I'm 65, I'm over the hill. Didn't go over any mountains today, but whatever. So that's it for today. So hope everybody's being safe with this quarantine. It's boring. I think this is week 6 for me now. Here, just isolated, really nothing to do. So hope you guys are all better, and we'll catch you guys down the road, and have a good day. Fish bump.